saya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag 3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
we are making history once again here in the MPBL as we are witnessing tonight's basketball action for the very first time here in the eastern side of Oriental Mindoro in the beautiful city of Pola, where the land meets the sea. Pola takes us back to the 19th century with hints of Spanish and American rule as we walk through their beautiful block of ancestral homes in their town city center. At ngayon, with their overflowing venue, magiging mahalagang pakta na rin ang Pola sa kasaysayan ng liga ng bawat Pilipino. Ang suporta ng mga Mindoreño ay magiging motivation ba ng Mindoro Tamaraws para makuha ang panalo ngayon kontra Imus Agimat? Yan ang ating susubaybayan dito lang sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
In a league that continues to make history, today is no different here at the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League as we bring to you the action from the Pola City Gym here in Oriental Mindoro. Two teams wanting to bounce back from their respective losing streaks will be featured in our main game. And of course, one of them happens to be our home squad. We thank you to Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz for welcoming us with open arms dito sa municipality ng Pola. Nem de la Cruz will be matching up with homegrown JJ Caspe. Both the gunners of their respective squads will try to lead their teams to a victory. Finally, for the last time, this Saturday, it's the Mindoro Tamaraws facing the Imus Agimat. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio. Juanito, you know, as we have been mentioning the entire coverage, many people think that this is going to be a walk in the park para sa Mindoro Tamaraws. But this Imus Agimat team is looking very different. And to talk to us about how this team has evolved.
Well, this team has added a lot of talent. Nem de la Cruz is there. Now Taanit Davis is there. So now they want to be able to win towards the rest of the season. And they want to start it right now in the home court dito sa Pola Mindoro.
They want Mindoro to be their first victim here at their very home floor. That's going to be very special para sa kanila. Well, in their last game against the Negros Muscovados, itong Imus, they already tried to be competitive here against the Negros Muscovados. Unfortunately, they fell short as they mounted a late comeback at the very end of that match despite the additions of Carlo de Chavez, Nem de la Cruz, as well as Orin Katakutan, who all scored significantly para sa team ng Imus Agimat.
Well, actually, if you look at the numbers dito sa larong to, they're actually down in every category. But the one thing that is really positive is the addition of talent. And that is no doubt in Nem de la Cruz and Orin Katakutan. They were down in the field goal percentage. They were down in the three-point percentage. They were down by 9 in terms of rebound. And second chance points, they gave up plus 13 para dito sa Negros. But they only lost by 7 points. And why is that? Because of the talented heroics of Nem de la Cruz and Orin Katakutan, as well as Jameson Hero also chipping in 10. And I expect a lot more of them three dito sa larong to.
All these former Valenzuela players moving on from their former squad to bring maybe a victory para dito sa Imus Agimat tonight here against the Mindoro Tamaraws, who are also coming off a loss. They're actually on a 6-game losing streak itong kupunan ng Mindoro Tamaraws. Despite mounting a late comeback, they also fell short against the Rizal Golden Coolers last July too.
Well, in that last game, they actually played terrific defense in that game. They were able to force a low-scoring ball game in that game. They only forced 64 points para dito sa Rizal. The problem is they also struggled on the offensive end. Only 31% para dito sa Mindoro. 1 out of 21 out of the outside. You know, if you have guys like Tate Teodoro who can actually shoot a lot of threes, that was not the best of games. They were down by 22 in terms of the paint, and they were also out-rebounded. But for them to be able to only lose by 4, this was a game where they tried to really keep up with the offense of Rizal, and they were able to limit to 64 points. But in the end, they just could not get that victory.
Well, let's see if the three-point shots will be falling for the Mindoro Tamaraws, especially against this very young and experienced Imus Agimat squad. But of course, 1 out of 21 will definitely not cut it. Let's talk about the player matchup for tonight's game. Nem de la Cruz and Tate Teodoro, both proven gunners here in the MPBL. Of course, Nem de la Cruz started this season with the Valenzuela Classic, but he tries to make waves for the Imus Agimat, especially with the Imus Agimat having the longest losing streak in the league. He will have to do that with Tate Teodoro in front of him. De La Cruz averaging 6.1 points this season while Tete Teodoro is at 8.3.
Well, only 6.1 points a game para dito kay Nem de la Cruz from the previous team. But now moving over dito sa Imus Agimat, he will have a lot more opportunities on the other side. Tete Teodoro has always been a staple in the offense of Coach J.R. Kawali and Coach Jen Snutel. And here in their home court, I'm sure he has a lot to prove dito sa Mindoro. So I expect a really good game galing dito kay Tete.
Let's get the show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mindoro versus Imus. Let's go to you, Miguel Pere.
Mindoro Tamaraos, live on the official MPBL Facebook page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, MPTV Channel 53 on satellite and on Pilipinas Live app. This is the 2024 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 6 presented by Extreme. Let's meet our starters. First, for the Imus Agimat VA Drones. Starting at guard, number 77, Carlo Velasco. Also at guard, number 31, Nem de la Cruz. Center, number 7, Tane Davis. Forward, number 22, Rich Popovich. And the other forward, number 33, Carlo De Chavez. The head coach for Imus Agimat VA Drones is Eric C. Assistant coaches Joseph Ochada, Marlon Zambrano, and AJC. Team consultant Rick Katakuta and team owner Ruby Navarro. And now, mga kaliga, get on your feet, cause it's time to meet the starting unit of your Mindoro Tamaraos. Forward number 23, Chetro Sumpero. Center number 25, Ken Bono. Starting at guard number 14, Tete Chutoro. The other guard, number 12 from Puerto Galera, JJ Caspe. And the other forward, number 20 from Bansud Oriental Mindoro, Rotel Vaikan. Head coach for Mindoro Tamaraos is J.R. Kawaling. Assistant coaches Jens Nutel, TJ Marquez, and JC Libunao. Team managers Rafael Martinez. Team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro. Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. And before we proceed to our ball game, may we call on at the center court MPBL Head of Basketball Operations, Mr. Emerson Oreta, together with Mindoro Tamaraos team owner Paula Oriental Mindoro, Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz for our ceremonial toss. Once again, special thanks to our MPBL Head of Basketball Operations, Mr. Emer Oreta, and to Paula Oriental Mindoro, Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre.
Our primary protagonists for this game are starting five brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Three former Valenzuela players in the lineup of the Imus Agimat to begin this game. Carlo Velasco, Nem de la Cruz, and Carlo De Chavez joining Mitchell Davis and Rich Popovich. On the other side for the home squad, two homegrown players in JJ Caspe and Rodel Vaigan will lead this starting five together with Tete Teodoro, Ken Bono, and Chetro Sombero, a new recruit para dito sa kupunan ni Coach J.R. Kawaling. And Sombero was actually one of the guys who put in good numbers para sa Mindoro Tamaraos in that game against the Rizal Golden Coolers. And Coach J.R. Kawaling expects nothing less today as they play on their home floor for the first time this season. Last year, they hosted the game in Calapan. Pero ngayon, nandito na tayo sa hometown ni Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz, kung saan siya mayor dito sa Pola. At JJ Caspe making good on the first try, opening up scoring festivities here in this game.
Talking about homegrown guys, JJ Caspe from Puerto Galera given that opportunity. Tane Davis, not really known for that outside shot, starting the game with a three-pointer.
Formerly played for the CSB Blazers in the NCAA, chose to go pro here with the Imus Agimat. He actually was in the lineup of the Muntinlupa Cagers to begin the season but never played a game para sa kanila. And finally seeing action for the Imus Agimat here in the MPBL. Ken Bono getting a basket there para sa Mindoro Tamaraws.
I do expect a lot of single post plays para dito kay Ken Bono. He knows that he has an advantage against any other big against Imus. So let's expect a lot of post action para kay Ken.
Carlo de Chavez wanting to rain it down from the outside tonight as they try to get their first victory of the season.
I want to know what the Chavez brothers eat, because these are bona fide three-point shooters.
Tanongin nga natin mamaya. Ken Bono airballs that hook shot. There's a hell ball situation underneath involving JJ Caspe and another Imus player. It will go the way of the white shirts. This three-point shot of Carlo de Chavez is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Pero magkaiba yung bitaw eh, no?
Yes. But either way, can't leave them open.
Si Carlo medyo parang... Actually, halos pareho sila ng bitaw ni Nem de la Cruz, ha? Galing sa gilid. That's a three-pointer coming from Nem. So already 2 3-pointers.
Three already.
3 already para sa Imus Agimat. I'm sorry. 9-4 here. Early lead for the Agimat. Caspe being pressured hard here by Carlo Velasco. Vaigan will launch. That's off to the left. Velasco forward to De La Cruz. Bothered there by Rodel Vaigan.
Well, I like this matchup. Rodel Vaigan versus Nem de la Cruz. Both guys very athletic, very long, and loves to shoot from the outside. So we'll be locating that matchup.
De Chavez looks inside, decides to go out to Nem de la Cruz. Hand in the face. That was short. Davis collects another possession here for Imus. De La Cruz once again. He will not miss 2 straight. Nem de la Cruz starting off hot here for the Imus Agimat.
This guy's pure confidence. I watched this guy play for New Era and then eventually Quezon City. This guy was just all confident all the time. Earlier, hand in the face. Now, he saw a closeout, but his eyes were all set on the goal. That was to make the 2 threes already para dito kay Nem de la Cruz.
And that triggers an early timeout for Coach Jer Kawaling in the Mindoro Tamaraws. They're down early here against the Imus Agimat, 12-4. We'll be right back.
Almost a total revamp for Imus with the lineup now including Oren Katakutan, Carlo de Chavez, Nem de la Cruz, Carlo Velasco, Jameson Hero, Tayin Davis, Pari Lagas, and Richard Albo. Underdogs daw talaga ang Imus with their initial roster, pero ngayon naniniwala si Coach Eric that his team does have a fighting chance. He adds they evidently still need more chemistry, but the experience of his new additions, they will overall definitely be playing with more composure. Sa mga players naman na gusto niya mag-step up ngayon, he notes Martin Enriquez to have that hybrid point guard mentality, Jameson Hero to be more steady at his position, Carl Nicodemus to show that he may be young but he can make a great shooting guard, and Rich Popovich who he would want to be more aggressive on the basket. Kaya yun daw ang maaabangan natin sa kanila ngayon. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. Excellent report there. One notable guy that I would like to pick up from that report is definitely Rich Popovich, who has impressive credentials playing in the NBL for the Sydney Comets in Australia, but hasn't really been able to be consistent yet here in the MPBL.
But he's been getting a lot of minutes para dito sa Imus Agimat. He's playing almost 24 minutes a ball game but has not really had that breakout game yet. Averaging a little bit over 7 points a ball game. But he's still adjusting to the physicality, the way of basketball were being played dito sa Pilipinas, and I'm sure eventually he will be able to get one good run here in the MPBL.
One guy who has been having a good run so far for the Mindoro Tamaraws is that guy on the free throw line, Jetro Sombero, getting the basket and one opportunity. He, however, fails to complete the three-point play. And going back to Rich Popovich, you know, he's used to always be making the right play, not really used to being that go-to guy. And that's why there are times, along with the Filipino physicality as well, that he really has a difficult time going through the process of adjusting. He's slowly getting there, he says. And Popovic, three-pointer on the way. That's a miss though. Galing sa kanya. Almost 4 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. The homegrown JJ Caspe being defended hard there by Carlo Velasco. Ken Bono against Davis. That's going to be a handful, even for a wide-bodied guy like Dyna Davis.
Seems to be that Mindoro is inspired by the way that Gilas is playing. They've been playing a lot of triangle offense to start the ball game here, and using Ken Bono as the guy to make that offense work.
Mindoro already without their previous leading scorer in Paul Desiderio, who averaged 15 points for them at the start of the season, moving on over to Diablo Weavers. That leaves more responsibility on the shoulders of Ken Bono, Tete Teodoro, now Jetro Sombero, and even JJ Caspe to try and pick up the slack.
This is a team with a lot of talent. The question is, who will step up next? And probably the addition of Art Aquino as well will be very crucial para dito sa Mindoro. But this is a team with a lot of talent. Just needs one guy to step up and say, I can lead this team as well.
Well, Art Aquino has already been in the roster since the start of the season. Just been in and out of the lineup due to various reasons. And he is a guy who can definitely contribute. Former San Juan Knight, former Rizal Golden Cooler. He has been bouncing around the league, but the experience certainly is there para kay Art Aquino. Nico Gimpayan in the game para kay Carlo De Chavez, the younger brother of Binyan's Jamar Gimpayan. Vigan fakes out. Popovic doesn't get the roll, but good thing Jetro Sombero is there to clean up the mess.
Wherever he's playing, Jetro Sombero has always crashed the board hard on the offensive end, and right there, another offensive bucket.
On the other side, though, Oren Katakutan wanting to go quick, identifying a seam in the defense, and drawing a foul against the Mindoro interior.
Now, how good has Oren Katakutan been? Averaging 22 points and 9 rebounds here in the season. Has always been a good talent wherever he plays.
And check out those numbers so far here para sa Imus. Oren Katakutan averaging 22 points, 9 rebounds, 85.7% from the free throw line para dito kay Oren Katakutan.
Played a few games para sa Valenzuela, now playing for Imus and able to average 22.2 points a ball game. So let's see if he can stay consistent throughout the end of the season. And
you just saw the coaches of the Mindoro Tamaraos, head coach Jer Kawaling and assistant coach Jens Newtel, former teammates at FEU. We'd like to greet a happy viewing to Jason Malubay, Francis D, and Darwin Herda. Maraming salamat po sa pagdalo sa aming coverage. Popovic drives by Vigan, short on the right-hand scoop. Teodoro wasn't looking, gets it anyway. These two, Tete and Vigan, have been with this Mindoro team for quite some time already.
From Coach Buds all the way to Coach Coach JR. They've been loyal to this Mindoro squad. Rodel Vigan is a hometown hero. Remember last year, being called in that starting five, everybody was really cheering para dito kay Rodel Vigan. So a really loyal Mindoro native is Rodel.
Well, compared to last year, this is certainly a more tamed crowd. I think there's also some anxiety in them facing this Imus Agimat squad. Alam nila na may ibubuga itong kuponan ni Coach Eric C.
But compared to last year, we got to fill this crowd right away from the first to the third game.
First game pa lang. Di pa nga nagsisimula yung first game, puno na to eh. Not an empty seat in the house. It's going to be a timeout on the floor. 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Time to bring some fun and joy to our home crowd. Yun daw ang iniisip ng Mindoro Tamaraws ngayon, especially finally being able to play in their home court for the first time this season. Kwento ni Mindoro assistant coach Jens na nakikita naman ng coaches ang effort ng kanilang koponan, but the running theme is really consistency. They are still eyeing that playoff spot, especially as the biggest goal of the season is really changing the culture of the new Mindoro team. Itong laro especially ay dinededicate nila kay homegrown player Jordan Huerto, who unfortunately cannot join the game today in his hometown as he is finishing his studies prepping for graduation. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. Well, we wish Jordan Huerto the very best as he tries to finish and attain his college degree. And there you see our host, the gracious Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Maraming pasalamat po for hosting the games here in Pola Oriental, Mindoro. 13-10 is the score. Katakutan with the basketball. One-on-one here with Sombero. Decides to give it up. Jameson Hero kicks it back out to Orin. Katakutan still with it. Shot clock winding down. Somebody had to take it, and Hero makes it.
Is that a three? Oh, it's
just a two-pointer.
They've already had 4 3-pointers here in the ball game.
Past the halfway point of the first quarter. Teodoro, that's a good look for him.
Not given enough space. This guy is a natural scorer, and he is very comfortable here dito sa Pola Mindoro.
Teodoro was 0 out of 9 from downtown against the Rizal Golden Coolers. Hero from the elbow. What about Jameson Hero turning things around here para sa Imus Agimat?
One guy that we were not really hearing a lot in that last season, but this year, Jameson Hero is given a good opportunity dito sa Imus Agimat. Played well in that last game, now already up to 5 points.
Well, he did have flashes of brilliance in his stint with Valenzuela, both last year and this year. That's certainly more opportunity for him to show what he can do for this Imus squad. A stop for the Agimat. Katakutan goes inside the lane. One fake, leans in. Good defense by Mindoro there. There's a foul against Imus. I believe this is going to go against Miko Gimpayan.
Orin Katakutan really likes that early breaks because he knows that he has that advantage on the speed on that 4 position. But let's watch that move once again on the corner. Late on the challenge, wide open is Tete.
Look at Jameson Hero getting those 50-50 balls. That's one of his specialties. A great hustle and energy player. Caspe at the line for 2 shots. Penalty na dito ang Imus Agimat. Frustrated with himself missing the first free throw itong si JJ Caspe.
Probably a little pressure as well playing in front of his hometown. Mas may kagustuhan mong manalo eh.
Yeah, and, you know, another great thing about JJ Caspe is the same time last year we hosted in Calapan, Mindoro, he was just part of the crowd.
Yes.
And right now, he is on the playing floor representing their home squad. You really feel that or understand that there could be some sort of pressure in that para sa kanya. Here he is right now with the basketball. 3 minutes to go in our first quarter. Lester Reyes is in the game along with Kitariar. Teodoro backing up. Head and shoulder fake. Met by Estabilio. Fadeaway jumper is good para kay Tete Teodoro.
They're just people that are just natural scorers. You don't understand how they do it. It's so hard, off balance, but they make it look so simple. And one of those guys is Tete Teodoro.
He's feeling it right now. His team down by only 1, 17-16. Estabilio forces it up. Lester Reyes was right there with him. Teodoro is going to slow it down. Caspe calls out the play. Ariar waiting to set the screen. Caspe being pressured heavily here by Popovic. Teodoro pops out. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Mindoro taking a little too long here. Somebody's got to take it. That's a lousy possession offensively for the Mindoro Tamaraws.
No execution, no ball rotation. Nothing happened really in that last play para dito sa Mindoro. I think that's really the threat given by Ken Bono. Every time he's inside, there is someone you can give to the post. But Lester Reyes, not really a guy wanting the ball as much as Ken Bono.
Dangerous pass there thrown by Imus. It's gonna stay with the Agimat with 11 to shoot. Babalik dito si Nem de la Cruz para kay Rich Popovich.
Very quick rest para dito kay Nem de la Cruz. Imus already looking for that scorer inside. Popovich really could not give it here in the first quarter, so Nem de la Cruz will be returning.
Oh, Jonix Rosales making his first appearance in this game for the Imus Agimat, former Barangay Ginebra 3x3 player. De la Cruz ran out of time there. That's a violation against the Imus Agimat.
Both teams playing terrific defense. The past 2 possessions really closing down on any option on their offensive sets. And let's see, ano na ang itatakbo ng Mindoro right here now that Ken Bono is not inside.
Coach Eric C. just let his team know what was on his mind there. Sabi niya, bawasan niyo yung dribble. Ang dami masyado. Teodoro gets it out to Ariar, turns and fires, no good. Rebound to the Imus Agimat.
Tete Teodoro seems a little hurt here. He's been holding that finger 3 possessions already. So I don't know what happened, but mukha namang playable para dito kay Tete. Seems a little bothered.
De La Cruz running into a brick wall. That was Kit Ariar forcing a travel there for the Mindoro Tamaraos.
Very interesting dito sa Mindoro. Every time Ken Bono is inside the court, they're actually playing some triangle action. But they play different. When Ken Bono is inside, there seems to be more of a drag play where there is a double screen up high and they're trying to locate the shooters more often.
Caspe primarily handling the basketball here for Mindoro. Caspe takes his own shot. That's short. Hindi pa nakakapuntos sa loob itong si JJ Caspe.
Tete Teodoro actually does not want to hold that basketball because he is hurt. He's been calling JJ Caspe to call the plays. But there is no substitution para dito kay Tete. So let's see how he plays on.
Gassed. 17 to 16. Our score hasn't moved for a while now. 30 seconds to play here in the opening frame. Davis is back, as well as Nem de la Cruz. De la Cruz leans into Jordan Rios. Nakakapasok lang dito.
Ano to force para dito kay Nem?
Last shot time, possibly, for the Mindoro Tamaraos. Unfortunately, it's an 8-second violation.
You're not aware of what happened there. Let's see if there's going to be a review. I don't think they can believe that it was already an 8-second violation.
Yeah, our officials will be reviewing that last play.
Well, props to the official because he was looking at the shot clock. So tama nga naman siya na ipito yun.
Our officials for this ball game, Michael Kinay, Reynaldo Gabriel, and Emil Carace. Fourth man is J.R. Castroverde. There you see Coach J.R. Kawaling, former Gilas 1 player under Coach Raiko Toroman. Actually, we do have quite a number of former Gilas 1 players in the league, no?
A lot of players, yeah.
Greg
Barakael,
Slaughter,
Jason Ballesteros.
Sino pa ba?
Even Coach Raiko Toroman is part of the
Yeah.
Pampanga coaching staff. And Coach J.R. Kawaling, is he the only coach? Siya lang, no? Naglalaro pa yung iba. Raba Al-Hussein is actually there for quite some time.
Yeah, but never really was part of the team. I think we're still missing somebody. Mamaya, I'll try to remember. Rosales slips. Picked off here by JJ Caspe. Caspe fakes out his defender, goes up and draws the foul there against Paraiso.
The slippery court has been a problem for 2 games already. So they have to be able to find a way. Lalo na yung gitnang part na yan. It actually, first game already, 2 players slipped from there. June Manzo and another guy. But this is a chance para sa Mindoro to actually get the lead to end the first quarter.
Decent numbers Para kay JJ Caspe para sa Mindoro Tamaraos on his first year with the team. 8.9 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, and 70.6% from the free throw line. But if you ask me, that free throw percentage will have to increase, especially with the added responsibility that he's been getting the past few games. All tied up at 17, all 2 seconds left. That goes to the crowd. That's going to go once again to the Tamaraos. So still another opportunity here to take the lead before the first quarter ends.
Not so smart move, because that will give Mindoro a chance to actually have the ball close to their basket.
Again, lack of awareness on the game clock para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraos have really been hurting them.
They were not aware of how much time was there. Lester Reyes, a little disappointed, did not know how much time was there. But still a good end to them, tying the ball game after Imus leading a little in that first quarter.
Dem De La Cruz was off to a good start. Had 2 3-pointers in that opening quarter. Teodoro, meanwhile, knocking down the baskets para sa Mindoro Tamaraos, trying to rile up the crowd here inside the Pola Municipal Gym. Those 2 jumpers amounting to 5 points para sa kanya. He's pumped up. Jameson Hero also providing a spark offensively para dito sa Imus Agimat. Tabla po tayo at 17 all. Our first quarter score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game. Just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki. The Avenus, oras na para magmotor. Live na live po ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Pola Municipal Gym in Oriental, Mindoro. Dito sa Barangay Bayanan. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga Polenyo na nag-welcome sa amin dito, lalong-lalo na kay Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. It's Mindoro versus Imus, the first home defense of the season for the Tamaraos. And the first in league history dito sa Pola. Last year, we did go to Mindoro. Pero sa Kalapan naman po tayo nagpunta for the home defense of the Tamaraos last season. Imus trying to get their first victory of the year. They have not won in 16 games. While the Tamaraos are trying to avert a 6-game losing skid. Identical almost are the field goal shooting of the both teams in the first quarter. The tie now broken by the Mindoro Tamaraos. 20-17. Carlo De Chavez is back in the game. De Chavez will take it and he fails to answer. Rebound taken by Lester Reyes.
Now the crowd is slowly getting into this now that they have the lead.
Imus in a zone. The lob inside. Ariar gets the feed. And back-to-back good place. Galing kay Claude Camit. 3-point shot and a pass inside to Kint Ariar. 22-17 now. De La Cruz off the screen. Doesn't get the roll. Another aggressive rebound there. Galing kay Lester Reyes.
Different energy being brought in by Mindoro right here. They're more aggressive. Just a turnover in that last play.
De La Cruz all the way. Forces it up. No foul. Battle for the rebound between Reyes and Gimpayan. Results in a jump ball situation. It will stay with the Agimat. This is the play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Claude Camit being unselfish there, going inside to Kint Ariar. Ariar has chosen to forgo the remaining years of his eligibility in the NCAA to turn fully professional here with the Mindoro Tamaraos. He started this season as an SGL player but decided that he was not going to continue with the Letran Knights anymore. Finding opportunity here under Coach J.R. Kawaling. Three-pointer on the way. Gonzaga could not hit. Rebound to Carlo Velasco, but he lost it to Kent Ariar. Kamit, 1-2 all the way to the cup. Claude Kamit.
I like the impact that Kamit is bringing into the ball game. Coming off the bench, instant energy para dito sa Mindoro. 5 quick points para kay Kamit.
And he's part of our fast break of the game, brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Actually, you can even argue that he's now responsible not just for 5 but for 7 points here in the second quarter para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraos after he also made that pass to Kent Ariar a few possessions ago. Timeout dito para kay Coach Eric C. Magbabalik ang MPBL. Back here inside the Pola Municipal Gym in Pola Oriental, Mindoro, dito sa Barangay Bayanan. Not an empty seat in the house here sa ating venue. We have been full since the first game at patuloy pa rin po dumagdating ang mga tao para dumagsa dito sa ating laro between Mindoro and the Imus Agimat. First home defense of the season for the Tamaraos, so the first home defense here in Pola in league history. Para sa kanilang kupunan, Carlo De Chavez trying to get a move on there against Kent Ariar, pero naisahan siya doon. De Chavez airballing that three-point shot.
He wanted a lot more movement from his teammates. He's saying na hindi daw gumagalaw ang kanyang team. So, let's see what adjustments the coaching staff has.
Kamit trying to go for a three-pointer there. He was unguarded on the top of the circle. Imus has yet to score here in the second period. That's a foul against Artaquino.
They've been relying heavily on that three-point line. They have not been attacking so much. That's why I think Orin Katakutan is coming back to the ball game. Nem de la Cruz has attempted 2. De Chavez has also attempted 1. But so far, nothing has went the way of Imus in the second quarter.
Katakutan receives the inbound. Great matchup here against Kent Ariar. Katakutan steps back for the 3. That's short. Claude Kamit tracing down that loose ball. Kamit into the lane. What a pass! Kent Ariar finding Lester Reyes.
What a beautiful find galing dito kay Kent Ariar. We have to see that again, Direk. We have to see
9-0
that
run
again.
here for the Mindoro Tamaraos.
Look at that. He asked for the ball, and then right away, he saw the cutting Lester Reyes through the middle. And that's just pure comfort in their offense from Kent Ariar going to Lester Reyes.
And that all started with Claude Kamit. He has continued to be impactful here in the second quarter para sa Mindoro Tamaraos. Big reason why they're ahead right now by 9 points. Breaking that 17-all tie at the end of the first quarter. Wala pang 3 minuto nakakalipas dito sa ating pangalawang yugto. Rodel Vaigan is set to come in here at the next dead ball para kay Coach Jer Kawaling. Davis, finally a basket here in the second quarter for the Agiman.
Coming off the mid-range, no one was really closing out dito kay Taani Davis.
Kamit hooks a pass to Artaquino. Ariar sets the screen. Aquino spins on Katakutan. Good defense by Orin. Kamit forced to give it up, but that is definitely going to be a shot clock violation against the Mindoro Tamaraos.
Not much action para dito sa Mindoro in that last play. Everybody was on the right side and not much movement. What's happening? So that will end the turnover para dito sa Mindoro.
Carlo Velasco magbababa dito. Orin Katakutan playing that fourth spot here. He loses it on the crossover. Artaquino leading the 2-on-1 break. Vaigan will finish easily on the other side.
That's a good fast break play para dito sa Mindoro. They were able to locate right away that they had numbers. They were able to take advantage on that 2-on-1 play.
Balik sa siyam ang Kalamangan, 28-19. Davis spots for 3. That's short. Look at Velasco tried to sky in for that rebound. Kamit will set this one up para sa Mindoro. Ariar cuts through the middle. It's still with Lester Reyes. Reyes taking his time. Oh, that's a flop against Davis. He will be called for the tee.
Taking a foul para dito kay Taane, but he seems a little hurt here. Is this part of the action, or did he really get hurt?
Coach Eric C is livid on that Imus bench.
Well, he did sacrifice his body on that bump. The question is, was the hit enough for someone like Taane to actually get a charge?
There you see our head of operations, Emerson Oreta, and security chief Rudy Distrito, together with our gracious host, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Maraming salamat po sa pagtanggap sa amin dito sa Pola. Earlier, we had Bicolante Oragons getting beat badly by the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters. And then the Bulacan Cuyas getting run over by the upstart Abra Weavers. This is our main game of our Saturday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League 6th season. Under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Mindoro matching their biggest lead of the game here by 9. 28-19. There you see Lester Reyes. He's involved in this little fracas here involving Mitchell Davis as well.
Yeah, the numbers right here. Field goal percentage, very
Upon
efficient
review,
for Mindoro.
technical foul on number 17, Davis, for faking a foul inside the restricted area. Third foul on Davis.
Davis will be called for the technical for faking a foul outside the restricted area. I'm not quite sure what that means.
Actually, to be honest, this is the first time I'm hearing that. Watch that again. It looks like a faking a foul call. I just don't know what outside the shaded lane means.
Definitely, at least we know it was a flop. Kasi bago pa tumama, nakabagsak
Yes.
na siya eh. Pabagsak na siya. That's why Vigan at the line for the technical free throw. Still same ball here. Gamit will trigger in. He's joined by Tidoro, Bono, Sombero, and Vigan. 1 out of 8 ang Imus Agimat. Well, Mindoro is now 6 out of 8.
4 minutes into the second quarter, and Imus has only scored 2 points. They have not been able to attack inside. Almost all of their shots are coming off the three-point line or the outside.
The lead is a dozen. Popovich clearly stepped on that sideline.
Good idea to attack baseline, just a little too long on that footing.
Nick Malimban will check in para sa Imus. Another homegrown player para sa kanila. Turnover story, 10-3, plus 7 advantage or disadvantage rather for Imus in that department. Sombero getting a nice pass from Claude Kamit, who continues to play beautiful music for his teammates.
What a beautiful two-man game. And once again, Kamit has really been instrumental for them to be able to get this big lead.
Oh, he's just like a composer making songs for his hit makers. But on the other side, the answer there para sa Imus Agimat. Tamarao's goal to Ken Bono. It's stolen by De La Cruz. Malimban forward to Popovich, who looks forward as well to Orin Katakutan. Finally, some rhythm here for Imus in the second quarter.
Cannot give Orin Katakutan some confidence. This guy can run. And if you have a guy like Ken Bono, this is what Orin Katakutan wants, this running game.
Vigan launches from three-point country. That's short. The guy's on the floor. Double foul. May tatawag dito laban kay Nem De La Cruz
Off the
at
box
Cetro Sombero.
Off the box out, Jetro Sombero and Nem De La Cruz medyo nagkagit-gitan lang ng onte.
The Mindoro Tamaraos, they want to avert their 6-game losing skid because they want to make sure that they have at least a chance of making the Southern Division playoffs. They're currently number 12 right now at 4-12, actually tied with the Sarangani Marlins.
Yes, but they're not that far off to the Iloilo United Royals. They're only 4 games apart. So a good winning streak can eventually even push them forward into try and knock on that playoff picture.
And mamaya makikita natin ang next 3 games nito Mindoro Tamaraos to try and assess what could be in store for them in the next stretch of their season. Coach Eric C, meanwhile, searching for their first win of the season, took over midway from Coach Junda Jose, former assistant coach of the Valenzuela Classic. Ito si Coach Eric C. That's why a lot of the players here for Imus coming from the Valenzuela franchise.
Not a lot of adjustment. It's already their system. So, konting pagkakakilala sa kanilang mga kampe.
Sombero scores underneath, makes it a dozen again. 35-23. Carlo de Chavez on the block. Rarely do you see him try and score from the low post. Ito si Carlo de Chavez.
Finally, they have something inside. Itong Imus Agimat, they've been trying so hard from the outside. They actually have some inside presence.
Well, JJ Caspe says, I'm going to provide you the presence from beyond the arc. 7 points in the game for the homegrown JJ Caspe from Puerto Galera here in Mindoro.
Halfway through the second quarter, and Mindoro has already scored 21 points. Oh, it's travel.
Left his pivot foot right there was Rodel Vaigan.
Yung minsan masyado ka lang na-excite that you already saw the driving lane, that your foot was actually able to slip away.
His 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. That may be something that Rodel Vaigan could follow. No hesitation there by JJ Caspe. Teodoro, that's Tete telling Rodel Vaigan on that previous play where he committed the travel to shoot it. Rodel, tira na! Shot clock winding down for the Agimat. That's a pass that was well read even by me. Galing dito kay Rich Popovich. Poor play offensively for the Imus Agimat.
He actually already has that floater, which could have been an easy shot para sa kanya. Even the coach is saying, you could have shot that. He was already wide open on that drive. But
makikita mo sa body language niya na talagang medyo nahihiya pa talaga
yes,
siya, no? Ayaw niya pa ilabas lahat eh.
you know, from what we're hearing, oh!
JJ Caspe now trying to put on a show for his kababayans here at the Polo Gym.
He is awake, he is alive, and our crowd here is loving it dito sa Mindoro.
23-8 ang ating scoring this quarter. Even Ken Bono playing the passing lanes and trying to go for the steal to the huge delight of Coach Jens Newtel, Coach Jer Kawaling, and the rest of the blue shirts on that Mindoro bench.
You know, I'm sure hindi nila nakikita sa training yun kasi nagulat sila lahat eh. Na kaya pa pala nitong dumive at tumano para sa bola.
Carlo Velasco, the kick out. Popovich floats it up and draws a foul.
Same action, better decision para dito kay Popovich. Richard Popovich. And I almost said Greg Popovich. Doon na naman tayo sa mga pangalan.
Pero di naman daw sila related. Tinanong na ni Mix. Di daw sila related. He wishes they were related though.
Could have been a good story.
Oh yeah, for sure. He is Australian after all, and Greg Popovich is American. Let's go to Ms. Gianna Llanes.
Let's talk about JJ Caspe. Hindi daw in-expect ng Mindoro management na si homegrown player JJ Caspe ang magiging isa sa go-to guys nila ngayong season. Sabi nila na hindi natural guard si JJ, pero nung na-injure ang ilan sa teammates niya, doon siya nag-step up. Kwento naman ni JJ that a few years ago, he did have a good run playing for the University of Batangas until the pandemic took his basketball career for a turn, forcing him to restart his life in his hometown of Puerto Galera. He shares that he is excited for his teammates to be here in a safe space, lalo na dahil snorkeling at scuba diving talaga ang mga paborito niyang pastimes. On the other hand, sabi naman ng kuponan niya, sana matreat sila ni JJ sa local seafood, lalo na dahil binigyan siya ng management ng well-deserved salary raise. Back to you guys.
Certainly very good news para kay JJ Caspe. He is putting on a show here. Although he missed his last 2 attempts, they were spectacular tries for the homegrown player, JJ Caspe.
I'm really loving itong si JJ Caspe from inside the court. Now knowing his story off court, this guy will be a crowd favorite, I'm sure, dito sa Mindoro as they now lead 40-27 with 2:10 left in the second.
Ken Bono against the Rizal Golden Coolers struggled greatly, only scoring 3 points, 1 out of 10 from the field and 1 out of 4 from the free throw line. A far cry from his season averages of 12.9 points. Ken Bono usually a very efficient producer offensively para sa Mindoro Tamaraos, and he has had a lot more responsibility to deal with, especially after the departure of Paul Desiderio.
But you actually feel the different energy he is providing here in Mindoro. He wants to give this hometown crowd a show. You see, even in defense, Ken Bono is putting in an effort.
Teodoro from the parking lot. A little bit too strong. Malimban battling Sombrero for that rebound. It ends up with Carlo De Chavez. 13 ang kalamangan dito ng Tamaraos. De Chavez lost it. Vigan ahead of the pack. Nicodemus giving chase. And he is up and away. Rodel Vigan extending this Mindoro lead to 15.
Every time you give him that wide open fast break, Rodel Vigan can really sprint it out.
Foul call there against Jetro Sombrero. Tingnan natin ang nangyayari doon. No, this was the steal. Sombrero tapping it. Vigan anticipating it. Picking it up. Then going all the way to the cup for 2 points.
You know, I'm really impressed with how Rodel Vigan takes care of his body. At his age, he is very much in shape. He is moving well. And he is still playing like the Rodel Vigan we got to know.
Mamaya tanongin mo anong diet.
It's actually funny, no? The other day, we actually got to know that Justin Baltazar is actually vegetarian.
The vegan.
Vegan.
There's a difference.
There's difference. So he's vegan.
Yeah.
So I am very much amazed with what stories we get to know from our court sides.
Caspe could not hit from the outside. Here comes Rich Popovich. Popovich loses it. Bullets a pass inside. Then Chavez almost walked. Malimban gets another possession for the Imus Agimat. Rich from downtown. That's off to the left. Di na hinabol doon ni Ken Bono. Popovich. Now that's a travel.
Still not able to get his rhythm here in the ball game. He's still been struggling. And he's been trying to attack a little bit more. But he can't get his opportunities yet.
Nakikita mo na marami rin talagang pag-aalinlangan pa eh.
You know, he's not yet used to how we play the game here, and seems to be very structured. Itong si Popovich, but he has the talent, he has the skill, he has the speed. Just has to know how to play here in the Philippines.
Teodoro fakes the 3 inches closer, kisses it off the glass. Classic Tay-Tay Teodoro.
There's one guy who knows how to play in the Philippines at larong-laro na niya yan. It's Tay-Tay Teodoro.
Under 40 seconds to play dito sa ating first half. Nicodemus missing from the corner. Caspe able to track down that lousy pass. Caspe sidestep out to Tay-Tay. Ken Bono free for 3. Bullseye!
Looking like a free throw. That 3 is too easy for the former UAAP MVP in Ken Bono.
47-28, 7 seconds left. Nicodemus underneath. Missing an easy one. Bono with 1. Vigan couldn't get there on time. That's going to be it, our first half of play. The Mindoro Tamaraos putting on an impressive showing here in the second quarter after a 17-all deadlock.
32 big points para dito sa Mindoro in the second quarter. Just turning on the Jets. And everybody really chipping in. Started by Caspe, Vigan helping in, Sombrero, Bono, Teodoro. Everybody is doing a load in the scoring. Sombrero, Caspe, and Teodoro combining for 26 of the 44 of Mindoro.
And their defense has also improved from the first quarter. Talking about the Mindoro Tamaraos, the energy coming from their shots, they have translated onto the other side of the floor. Kaya malaki ang kalamangan dito ng Mindoro Tamaraos. 47-28, our halftime score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX.
Ako po si Gian Alianes and we are still here in Pola Oriental, Mindoro for the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League Games. We are making history today because for the very first time, the MPBL games are held here in the Pola Gymnasium. And who better to tell us all about it than the Mayor of Pola herself, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Unang-una po sa lahat, Mayor, maraming salamat po sa mainit na pag-welcome nyo sa MPBL dito sa inyong municipality. Maaari niyo po bang ibahagi sa amin ang inyong preparations para sa MPBL games dito sa Pola?
Diana, sobrang pagod and hirap ng mga staff natin. So I'm very much thankful sa ating mga staff, sa Vice Mayor ko, sa mga councilors, sa mga department heads ko. Kasi kung wala sila, hindi ko magagawa na mas maayos itong gym. Kasi katatapos lang talaga ng gym namin. And talagang hinabol namin para magkaroon kami ng home game dito sa bayan ng Pola. At nangyari talaga. So thank you so much talaga sa MPBL. At kahit hindi patapos ang gym namin, pinayagan yung maglaro dito ang aming team na Mindoro Tamaraws. At sa lahat ng mga taga Mindoro, ito ay para po sa inyo.
Well, thank you very much po for having us and this gym is absolutely beautiful. Hindi ito ang first season na may Mindoro team sa MPBL but you have made a lot of history with your team during this season. Gaano kahalaga for the people of Mindoro to be having a team represent them dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino?
Very much important to para sa aming Mindoreños. To para malaman naming Mindoro kami na team may magagaling na players and pinapakita talaga namang homegrown natin kung gaano katalented ang mga Mindoreños.
And I'm sure masaya ka sa performance ng team mo so far. Ano naman ang magiging mensahe mo sa lahat ng nagtatrabaho talaga to put your team together?
Siyempre sa mga coaches natin, kay Coach JR Kawaling, sa lahat ng mga players, kay Coach Jens, thank you so much. Sa lahat ng nabumubuo ng team, maraming salamat. Kasi talagang ginagawa na sa mga players, ginagawa nila yung talagang trabaho nila para may panalo yung team at may pakita nila na ang Mindoro Tamaraws pwede pang manalo ng manalo. Sana mapasama kami sa playoffs. Sobrang pangarap namin yan. Siyempre, sana. I'll keep my finger crossed.
Mayor Ina, maaari mo bang i-invite lahat ng Mindoreño na nanonood ngayon, hindi lang dito sa venue but also on the TV to continue supporting the Mindoro Tamaraws for the rest of the MPBL season?
Yes, sa lahat ng mga fans ng MPBL, sana i-support nyo din po ang Mindoro Tamaraws and salamat po sa panonood sa Mindoro Tamaraws. Sana maulit ulit sa bayan ng Pola pag napasama kami sa playoff. Salamat po. Sa lahat ng mga nanonood, maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mayor Ina. And once again, on behalf of the MPBL, maraming sa mainit na pag-welcome sa amin dito sa Mindoro. Thank you very much. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Halftime now between the Mindoro Tamaraos and the Imus Agima. The score is 47-28 after a good start by the Imus Agima at Mindoro. Suddenly going on a big second quarter run, outscoring the Imus Agima 30-11 in quarter number 2. We thank you so much once again to Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz for hosting us here in Bola Oriental, Mindoro for their first home defense of the season. And JJ Caspe, Tate Todoro, Jetro Sombero, Ken Bono, all of these guys contributing to this huge advantage that they have after the first 20 minutes.
Well, after the first quarter, this was a close game. But right after that first quarter, in the second quarter, everybody just turned their jets on. 32 big points para dito sa Mindoro. You see the field goals. Very efficient, 52%. Turnovers, they have forced 13 turnovers on Imus. And with that, they were able to score 8 fast break points and 26 inside points. This is a game where they are really trying to take advantage of everything that they have. Size, speed, and also system. And they have been able to play very efficiently here in the first 2 quarters.
Oh, they definitely have the upper hand in terms of experience and against this young Imus squad. They're going to try and take care of business in the second half. The job is not yet over for the Mindoro Tamaraos. They still have 2 quarters remaining to try and finish this game and force Imus Agimat into a 17th straight loss. They're coming on the heels of a 6-game losing streak. Leading scorers para sa Imus, Nem de la Cruz with 6, De Chavez, Katakutan, and Davis each with 5 points. Sa kabilang panig naman, they are led by Jetro Sombero with 10 points, the only guy in double figures, followed by JJ Caspe with 9, Teodoro and Vigan combining for 14 markers. Second half now underway. Jameson Hero joining Oren Katakutan, Carlo De Chavez, Nem de la Cruz, and Kenneth Estabilio to start the second half para sa Imus, but they turn the ball over, which leads to a basket by Jetro Sombero, who is joined by JJ Casper, Rodel Vigan, Tate Teodoro, and Ken Bono at the start of this third quarter. That's another miss there for Imus.
Mindoro actually did not take a very long halftime huddle. They were happy with the way they played. They wanted to keep the energy in. So after about 2 to 3 minutes, they actually went out right away out of their huddle, shot around, played with the crowd, and they were able to actually retain their energy here in the first minute.
The Tamaraos have certainly proven us wrong so far here, especially in that second quarter. We were saying all day long that this would not be a walk in the park para sa kanila. It certainly is looking like that right now as they're up comfortably by 21.
Coach Jen Snowdon and Coach JR Kawaling seems to have a perfect game plan against Imus right here.
De Chavez getting the offensive rebound. No luck on the shot, but he will troop the line for 2 shots.
It's actually one thing that Imus has to be able to answer moving forward. They need a post threat. They have a lot of shooters. They have a lot of slashers. Oren Katakutan can one guy that can really step up, but they need one guy that will really have an inside presence.
That free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. De Chavez, second free throw is good. Well, we saw De Chavez making a score from the post area early in the first half. But of course, that nullifies his ability to shoot from the outside.
Yes, exactly. No, you want to be able to utilize itong si De Chavez for his shooting ability. Pretty much the same way his brother is being utilized.
Ken Bono wants it badly against Carlo De Chavez, who is forced to guard Bono there on the block. Bono short off the glass. Jameson Hero quickly into their front court. Cross jab. Teodoro wanted to give up the foul. Katakutan gets the kick out. Attacks. Estabilio from the free throw line. No good. Katakutan with the offensive rebound. And there's a foul against Mindoro. JJ Caspe had a hard time there trying to box out Oren Katakutan.
A little slower on their offense this time around.
Katakutan gets by Vigan, kisses it off the glass and in.
That is his favorite side. Every time he rips through the right, Usually, that is either a foul or a make if you don't have a help side para dito kay Orin Katakutan. Just look how quick that move is. And getting that bump and the bucket, cutting the lead to 17.
Nothing too fancy, just very basic basketball there on the attack by Oren Katakutan. Let's now go to Miss Gianna Lianes.
Ano ba ang sinabi ni Coach JR sa Mindoro Tamaraos before his team entered that big second quarter? To take a deep breath daw and maintain their composure. Baka medyo nagigigil daw sila nung una playing in their home court, but instead of using their home crowd as a distraction, to use them as motivation. Imus naman plans to answer back this half. Aminado sila na na-distract sila because of the referee's calls. Even Coach Eric saying he had to take a seat as well to calm down. Ngayon, smart shots ang goal nila, especially in attacking the basket, as he noticed na puro tres ang tinitira ng Imus during the first half. Back to you, Javi and Juanito.
Thank you so much, G. Well, right now, Imus not really taking a lot of smart shots. Maybe except for that take by Oren Katakutan a couple of possessions back. But Jameson Hero missing on the next sequence, which led to this fast break opportunity for the Mindoro Tamaraos, headed by Kint Ariar, who was able to draw a foul, even lost his headband in the process.
But that's right, just going back to the report of G, emotions are very, very important because it affects how you are gonna play that game. Number one, for Mindoro, they are very excited to play in their home crowd, but they have to keep that in check. They have to keep a balance. On the other side, nafu-frustrate sila sa mga tawag ng referees, which eventually you saw what happened, Javi, the effect in the second quarter. They were not able to play to their right game.
30-11 was the count in the second quarter. Of course, in favor of the Mindoro Tamaraos after a 17-all deadlock at the end of the first 10 minutes. Ariar being bothered here by the defense of Estabilio. Kit Ariar is now starting to become aggressive and looking for his shots.
Not usually the guy who will get the ball on the post, but he saw that he had a speed advantage, driving right and delayed on the help side. Kit Ariar getting the basket and the foul.
Oh, so he airballs that free throw. No bonus para kay Kint Ariar. Ay, di ba dapat violation yun?
I think it hit the bottom of the ring.
Ah, okay. Tumama
Which
naman
it
pala.
makes it a little bit weirder. Napakahirap gawin nun.
I'm sure di yun sadya.
Napau yung crowd dun sa ilalim eh.
Mitchell Davis will check back in. Let's go back again to Miss Gianna Lianes.
Oren Katakutan maintains a positive mindset even after moving to Imus because he sees this as an opportunity to improve himself as a player. In his words, mas makukuha ko yung laro ko dito kasi mas mahaba ang oras ko sa court. Yung kumpiyansa ko, tumataas. He does share though that he is a little sad to be missing the chance to be teammates with his biggest idol, Cyrus Baguio. Nag-uusap daw sila bago ng trade period na excited sila na makasama ang isa't isa sa Valenzuela. Pero ang magkuya na tandem nila ay meron pa rin hanggang ngayon dahil off-court daw message pa rin siya ni Cyrus to always give him advice nonetheless. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. Well, Katakutan now has to step into a leadership role para dito sa Imus sa Gimat as JJ Caspe is slowly doing for the Mindoro Tamaraos, hitting a three-pointer there. Carlo De Chavez on the flip side, drawing a foul quickly here against Ken Bono.
Everything just going on the side of Mindoro. That is far away. Looking like all the way from Calapan, all the way here to Pola. Casper really comfortable playing in his hometown.
The same cannot be said in the first quarter para kay JJ Caspe. Just like the other guys, medyo nanggigil nga ang Mindoro Tamaraos in that first period.
We've been noticing the 9 points of JJ Caspe. But we also have to notice that he already has 7 assists here in the ball game. So not just creating for himself, he has also been creating for his teammates.
Yes, 12 actually already, sharing scoring honors with Jetro Sombero. More than 3 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Tete Teodoro being pressured here by Nem de la Cruz. Ariar and Balong Marquez, who has just checked into the game, setting the screen on top. Sorry, miss underneath by Ariar. Teodoro, he can hit it from there. No good. Shot clock did not reset. Bono launches short. Almost a violation there, but Imus will get the basketball nonetheless. Hero stopped in his tracks by the foul of Tete Tidoro.
Medyo masakit yung last possession. And that was wide open. A beautiful drag offense. No one really located where Ariar was. Just could not get that bucket. That was a good find by Tete Tidoro.
Jameson Hero sparked that impressive start for Imus in the first quarter. However, fizzled out in the second period. And Jameson Hero, a one-on-one legend in Valenzuela, by the way. Trying to strut his wares this time for the Imus Sagimat. Rich Popovich will come in para kay Carlo De Chavez.
A lot of guys from the north playing for Imus. From Valenzuela, itong si Hero. Then from Quezon City, itong si Katakutan and Nem de la Cruz.
Bente ang kalamangan dito ng Mindoro Tamaraos. Hero almost crashing into our setup here on the side.
You know, we've been covering Jameson Hero for quite some time now. I've never seen him tired. This guy is always 100%. Even gets ko pag konti yung minuto, but now he's playing a lot of minutes, yet gives the same energy. And here he is, getting that steal right away.
Hero wanted to deliver it to Oren Katakutan, but Quintarriar turning it up a notch here in the third quarter on both sides of the floor. Hero gets a screen from Davis. Hero falls away. Clipped on the arm there by JJ Caspe.
It's a foul.
That's number 3 on the hometown player, JJ Caspe.
Probably something they can look at. This advantage. Jameson Hero is actually faster than any point guard that Mindoro has. And he has been able to attack, just has not been able to finish. So tingnan natin kung makakanapan nila ng butas ang mga atake ni Jameson Hero.
Hero so far with 6 points and 2 rebounds. Started this ball game para sa Imus Sagimat. 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. Continues to be perfect. And there's 6 minutes to play in our third period. Penalty na dito ang Mindoro Tamaraos, by the way, something that maybe Imus can capitalize on. Lester Reyes and Oren Katakutan getting into it. That's going to be a double foul called against the two players.
Two very tough guys. Walang magbibigayan sa dalawang to. When one is tough, the other needs to be tougher. That's going to be the physical battle of Lester and Oren.
It's been a long night para kay Oren Katakutan. He's had to play the 4 position for the most part in this game due to the lack of legit big men para sa Imus Sagimat. He should realize that he brings more value to this Imus team than Lester Reyes brings to the Mindoro squad. That definitely is not a hit on the ability of Lester Reyes, but just to put things into perspective para dito sa Imus Sagimat.
Oren Katakutan is a really good talent. That's why he was part of the Nueva Ecija team last year. He was one of the stars of Valenzuela to start the year. And this is another opportunity para dito kay Oren.
Oh, so much for getting Mindoro in the penalty. Imus is also over the limit right now. It's still 5 minutes and 31 remaining in the third quarter.
A lot more fouls here in the third quarter. Slower basketball we're playing.
Tidoro currently with 9 points, couple of rebounds and 3 assists. Tidoro only averaging 8.3 points per game this season, but his free throw shooting still very impeccable. 84.6% from the line.
And right on cue.
Thank you so much, Tate.
Thank you so much.
Katakutan all the way to the cup. No resistance there from the interior coming from Mindoro.
And every time you give him a lane, that is an automatic 2 para dito kay Oren Katakutan. He's too long, he's too strong, and just too quick. Very explosive guy in Oren Katakutan.
Claude Camit, who provided the spark in the second quarter for Mindoro, is back in the game. He's free for 3. No good. Reyes was in the battle along with 2 white shirts there for the rebound. Unfortunately, para sa Imus, it's last touch on them. So it's still going to be blue basketball.
Fresh shot clock para dito sa Mindoro. 14 so they can be able to execute once again on their half-court set.
Kamit rejects the screen. That's a carry laban kay Claude Kamit. (58-41). 17 pa rin ang kalamangan dito ng Mindoro Tamaraws. Katakutan taking matters into his own hands once again. That definitely is an unsportsmanlike foul. I saw it coming. Bumuelo pa eh. Ito si Balong Marquez.
They're trying to go to Oren more here in the third quarter. It's a one-on-one situation. And he saw the advantage of Oren. So medyo naiba na lang ang game plan ni Balong Marquez doon. Something we don't want to see. And that's why our security head, Sir Rudy, is right on the middle right away so that nothing more will happen.
The Destroyer getting in between that quickly. All right, so referee Jay Castroverde has already communicated to us the final decision. That
Upon
was
review,
a very quick
it's a
review on that
disqualifying
last
foul,
play.
number 8.
It's a disqualifying foul laban dito kay Balong Marquez.
Not even a long discussion, a long replay.
Kita mo agad eh.
O, kita mo agad, yeah. Very clear actually from all angles. And Balong Marquez has not played a lot yet here in today's ball game.
Actually, kakapasok niya lang nung tail end nung second quarter. Ayun, oh.
Oh, that's a closed fist on the head.
That's an automatic ejection. So he will be serving a one-game suspension sa next game nitong Mindoro Tamaraws. Ito si Balong Marquez.
And you don't want that to happen because your team is playing well. You are with a 17-point lead in your home court. Once again, we go back to Gianna's report earlier. Emotions will play a big part.
Especially on the next stretch of games para sa Mindoro Tamaraws. They need all the help that they can get. They will be facing Parañaque, Davao Occidental, and Bataan. That's a tough schedule ahead for Coach Jericho Walling and his words. Balong Marquez could have been of help against Parañaque, that deep front line that they have now, having Christian Hernandez there. Hero, oh, tight situation there para sa kanya. He throws it away, but no, they will retain possession here with a fresh 14 on the shot clock.
Now, Imus is actually seeing that they have speed advantage on Oren Katakutan and Jamison Hero. So they're now trying to go one-on-one on those situations. But now, a good adjustment, putting Art Aquino a little bit quicker para lang masabayan ito si Oren Katakutan.
Both teams already over the limit. They have been since near the 6-minute mark of this third quarter. Quint Ariar has had a remarkable third period. Ariar hooks a pass. Reyes flips it up and in, getting the lucky bounce.
Well, this is a tandem I did not actually expect to really work here in today's ball game. This Lester Reyes, Quint Ariar tandem has been proving magic para sa Mindoro.
Meanwhile, for Imus, the magic of Oren Katakutan has suddenly fizzled out here. Tamaraws slowly restoring order to their side. Triangle action here for the Mindoro Tamaraws. Ariar against the smaller Rich Popovich. Ball is loose. Teodoro gets it. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Popovich almost got to it. That's touch on Lester Reyes.
Oh, this is the first sighting of Jordan Rios here in today's ball game.
No, he's already checked in earlier in the first half. That's our play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Hero gives it up. No, he gets it back. Now it's stolen. Art Aquino ahead of the back. This is going to be the easiest 2 points of the night para sa Mindoro Tamaraws.
I checked if there was someone on his back. He wanted that slam for his home crowd, but will still take the two either way.
Katakutan. 18-footer, no good. Reyes, another rebound para sa kanya. Lester Reyes with 5 boards in this game. Under 3 minutes to play in quarter number 3. They go back to the triangle. Ariar, one-on-one now against Popovich. Ariar spins, kisses it off the glass and in.
They're actually taking advantage against Popovich on the post. Every play down They're giving it on the post. Ariyar versus Popovich, and they've been winning that battle the past 3 possessions.
7 points now in the game para kay Kit Ariar. And here he is ahead of the pack, wanting to get his next basket of the game, and he does.
Popovich, no effort on running down to defend that shot. They need to adjust defensively here.
Ariar with 7 points already in the third quarter. This fast break of the game brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Timeout here on the floor. Magbabalik ang MPBL. Ariar against Rizal had 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, and a couple of steals. Tonight, Ariar showing similar effort on the floor. You know, has 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Little bit of everything para sa Mindoro Tamaraos for Kit Ariar.
Very effective duo on Kit Ariar and Lester Reyes. That 4-5 position, very athletic, very active.
Then De La Cruz back in the game. Popovich is asking for it on the left. De La Cruz still has it. Shot clock winding down. Pass finally gets to Popovich. Rich near the free throw line. That's money para kay Rich Popovich.
Oh, that's something we've been looking for him from the whole ball game. That's going to be a good start para dito kay Rich.
Jonix Rosales back in the game also para sa Imus at pinch post action here for the Tamaraos. Aquino, body to body with Nem De La Cruz. Aquino gets the better of the matchup.
Just shrugging his shoulder, he uses his muscle and his length against a much thinner Nem De La Cruz. It was actually a good find coming from Ken Bono. Really pushing out itong si Davis, so he had an advantage because Davis has to respect the 3-point shot of Ken Bono there.
Art Aquino getting his second basket of the game. 2 assists as well to his name.
You were talking about Art Aquino have to start the ball game and how he will be impactful towards the end of the season. Now that Balong Marquez will be disqualified for this game and the next, he needs to be able to step up not just offensively but also defensively.
Van Peña is in the game, but Nem De La Cruz going to the basket and finishing inside. Dipsy-do finish para dito kay Nem De La Cruz.
The third quarter has been a beautiful one-on-one game para dito sa Imus. The question is, how can they make it work as a team moving forward? We see Oren get a few buckets. We saw Jamison Hero get a few buckets. Now Nem De La Cruz enters his name as well. And you just see the pure talent of Imus right here. The question is, how consistent can they get?
1 minute and 11 seconds ang natitira dito sa ating third quarter. 24 ang kalamangan ng Mindoro Tamaraos. A miss by De La Cruz. Davis gets the offensive rebound. Rosales trying to work the one-on-one game against Van Peña. Rosales short on the inside hand scoop. Bono now. And off to Claude Gamit. Shot clock winding down. Kamit puts it up. That's short. Davis another rebound. Velasco attacks. Draws the foul. There will not be continuation.
They are in penalty, so 2 free throws para dito sa Imus.
Velasco hasn't been able to make a dent offensively yet here para sa Imus after starting this game. That's only his second point of the match. Two for two para kay Carlo Velasco, another former Valenzuela player who has transferred here to the Imus Agimat. 69-47, mahigit 20 pa rin ang kalamangan dito ng Mindoro. 7-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Aquino rejects the screen, goes to Peña. Peña fumbles it a bit, floats it up, that's short. There's still time here para sa Imus. Popovic has it. Rich, stop and pop. Money on the jump shot for Rich Popovic.
Clean, pure, and counted. Rich Popovic, seeing the time was dying down, gets the 3 up and cuts the lead to only 19 points entering the fourth.
Look at that. His confidence slowly showing here in the third quarter. Ito si Rich Popovic. Had a great pull-up jumper as well at the early part of this period. And right now, finishing strong para sa Imus Agimat dito sa ating pangatlong yugto. And he helps inch them closer here against the Mindoro Tamaraws. Although this is still a 19-point lead, 69-50 our third quarter score. Brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Update on our player matchup for tonight. Taytay Teodoro winning that by 2 so far here against Nem de la Cruz, 10-8. De la Cruz and the other Imus Agimat players wanting to make more impact here in the fourth quarter as they try to shore up the disadvantage that they are on right now. They're down by 19 against the home squad, the Mindoro Tamaraws. There you see more specific numbers coming from the two gunners of both squads. De la Cruz is 2 out of 5 from three-point country, while Taytay is just 1 out of 4, but he has certainly made more shots inside the arc, plus some free throws.
After the first quarter, medyo lumamig na itong si Nem de la Cruz. He actually shot 2 early 3-pointers to get the lead for Imus, but after that, it's been relatively cold para dito kay Nem.
Carter scoring on your screen. So, and wait, Van Peña also joining in on the party here for the Mindoro Tamaraws.
They've been trying to create for him.
Former Pasig City player, played under Coach Boyd Fernandez past 2 years. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Bola Municipal Gym. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Gianna Lianes. Additional pressure being implemented here by the Agimat. De la Cruz breakaway layup is good.
Good blindside double coming from Nem de la Cruz. They didn't see that double coming. So good tap. Eventually Popovic got that and locating Nem de la Cruz on that fast break too.
He now matches the total of Taytay Teodoro. They both have 10 points in this game. Foul on Carlo Velasco. A little bit too aggressive there on the pressure as he tried to shackle ito si JJ Caspe. Edmar Gonzaga back in the game for the Imus Agimat. Has played sparingly in this game. Davis defending Ken Bono. Bono taking his time, patient move, short on the hook shot.
Good defense by Davis right there, standing his ground against Ken Bono.
Oh, nobody's stopping the basketball there, but it turns out to be a miscalculation there coming from Mitchell Davis.
Masyado nang malalim.
Teodoro with the screen from Bono. Van Peña tries to get the handoff. crashing in to the A board on the side near their bench, or on their bench rather.
You feel the love by all of Peña's teammates on him. Paghulog na paghulog, iningatan agad yung ulo.
Parang baby boy nila ito si Van Peña eh. I think kasi siya talaga pinakabata dito sa team eh.
I wouldn't be surprised. He already had 3 points here in the ball game, 1 out of 2.
Tamaraos continue to hold the advantage, but Carlo Velasco says maybe not for long. Let's see if Imus can sustain a run.
Once again, adding to the talent level na meron ng Imus, one-on-one opportunity, Carlo Velasco was able to take advantage.
Teodoro waves off Peña. They want an isolation here for Ken Bono. At the quick pass to the left side, Caspe spins, kicks it out to Peña. Peña with 3 on the shot clock, puts it up, overcooks the mark. That's a shot clock violation against the Mindoro Tamaraos.
Not much opportunity already with 3 seconds on the shot clock, so Peña had to hoist it up. That post game is not working. Davis is really standing his ground against Ken Bono the past few possessions.
Velasco puts it up, that's short. Davis trying to fight for it. Velasco ran out of space there on the baseline. Lester Reyes will come out in favor of Quint Ariar. A lot of high fives coming for Lester Reyes there on that Mindoro bench. Reyes has been able to play quality minutes in this game. May not have scored a lot, but he did pull down 7 rebounds to go with his 4 points. Almost 3 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Caspe working the 2-man game with Bono on the left side. Ken Bono knocks it down from downtown.
Not working on the inside. I now stretch out my game. And you know Ken Bono still has that outside game.
Oh, what a move by Nem de la Cruz. Crafty inside, finishing on the left with the right hand.
I like that word because that is exactly how you can describe the game of Nem de la Cruz. Crafty. You know, this guy is athletic, and at the end of the day, can really get that basket.
Sa Tagalog, magulang. Here he is again. De La Cruz will go for the slam. No, nabitan ng konti yung talon, but still 2 points. Nonetheless, para kay Nem de la Cruz, Imus trying to threaten with another run here. Still so much basketball to be played in this game.
I like the energy being brought in by Velasco and Nem de la Cruz. No natural point guard inside, but they are trying to outrun itong backcourt nitong Mindoro.
Ken Bono and Mitchell Davis, mano-a-mano. Quint Ariar with another possession for Mindoro. Teodoro says, I'm going to take this. Goes to his strong side, puts it up and draws a foul. Edmar Gonzaga could not believe it.
There's a little bit of a hip extension para dito kay Gonzaga.
Teodoro will be taking 2 shots. Oren Katakutan back in the game for the Imus Sagimat.
This is not a done deal.
Definitely.
With the way that Imus is playing, they're trying to knock on the door and they're doing the right things here in the fourth quarter.
There you see Tay-Tay's brother, Sir Justin Teodoro. Or Benji Teodoro, rather. I'm sorry. At the sideline, still supporting the Mindoro Tamaraos. I think in a managerial basis now.
We just want to give a shout out to Team Beers. Pinapa-shout out kayo ni Darwish Bederi, and hope you're enjoying our game today.
Popovich from the outside, that's a miss. But if Imus doesn't hit their shots in the next few minutes, this could be a finished game. Let's see how the Mindoro Tamaraos will manage the last 5 and 25 of this one. They turn the ball over. Gonzaga with the rock. Popovich to the corner. De La Cruz goes inside, goes for the higher percentage. Look! Hanging in the air, the adjustment, and still could not get it. Ito si Nem de la Cruz.
I was already ready to use the word crafty because that was a hard finish para dito kay Nem.
Evading the defense, both on the bounce and in the air. De La Cruz frustrated a bit with himself. He should have shot the outside shot. But good thing Davis was fouled. And He'll be taking 2 shots here. Free throws not doing so well are the Imus Agimat in this game. 15 out of 23. That's below 68%. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Nico Gimpayan back inside para kay Nem de la Cruz. Expect this maybe to be just a short rest on the bench for one of Imus' top gunners in Nem de la Cruz. Ariar to the left side they go. JJ Caspinao using the Kent screen.
Oh, there's a pull from behind. Galing dito kay Oren.
Katakutan with his 3rd personal foul. Gimpayan certainly exerting too much contact there on JJ Caspin. Not really a smart foul to give. That's the last foul to give of Imus. Peña from the outside. That looked good the moment it left his hands off the glass and in. The bank is open at 9:44 p.m. here in Pola, Oriental, Mindoro for Van Peña.
High arcing 3. All confidence para dito kay Val Peña.
That's the 2nd 3-point shot of the game for Van Peña. Caspe breaking away from the defense for a bit. Ito ni Miko Gimpayan. Katakutan switches on him. The lob inside to Ariar. Tap pass to Sombrero who kicks it back out to Peña. Not so much lucky this time. That was way off the mark.
He was loved by his teammate. Now he's being loved by the crowd as well. He's being cheered every time he gets a shot up. But on the other end, Gonzaga answers with his own 3.
That's a shot they need if you're Imus. Down by 17 still. Mindoro doesn't need to do things fast here. They're going to try to milk as much time off of that game clock as possible. Ariar dancing with Chris De Chavez, trying to give him a dose of his own medicine there. Oh, that's a goal 10.
That's going to count.
Unfortunate situation there para sa Imus. That's part of the learning process these young players have to learn here in the league.
Watch that. Van Peña 3 once again. Given the left side, no help. You gotta respect this guy. You know that he's gonna take that 3.
Oh, the basket will not count. So it will be Imus basketball, but the goaltending was waved off after the initial review. De Chavez nang mamana laban kay Kint Ariar.
He has that size, he has that move. Finally saw someone that he can take on. Cannot do that against Ken Bono, but baka kay Kint Ariar kaya niya. And he is successful in that drive.
The door may slightly be still ajar here para sa Imus Agimat. 3 minutes and 15 remaining. Short on the bonus free throw rather. Ito si Carlo De Chavez. The lead is 15 para sa Mindoro Tamaraws. A hard foul given up there by Edmar Gonzaga. He's saying that it should be on the ground.
I like the character of Edmar.
Yeah, even if it was on the ground, their penalty nonetheless.
I like this character. Still giving his heart out.
Whatever happened there, it wasn't a good decision to foul him. Vigan making good on the first free throw. Three minutes remaining here. Second one misses para kay Rodel Vigan. Gonzaga fails to hit from the outside. Rebound there taken by the Mindoro Tamaraos. (16) is the lead, 80-64. Juanito, moving forward, what do you want to see from itong Mindoro when they go up against Parañaque in their next game?
Well, they have to be able to retain this system. They were able to actually maximize everybody in this system. Si Tete Jodoro, si Caspe, si Ariar, Lester Reyes, Vaigan, everybody chipped in. And moving forward, this is actually a very deep team. If they can stay consistent towards their next few games, they still have that glimmer of hope for them to enter the top 8.
Even Claude Gamit contributing para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraos in this game. Timeout on the floor. We welcome you back to the Polo Municipal Gym here in Polo Oriental, Mindoro. That's Mayor Jenniferina Alegre Cruz, the team owner of the Mindoro Tamaraos, our gracious host who welcomed us here dito sa kanilang syudad. Maraming salamat po, Mayor, for your kind welcome to us, the MPBL family. And looks like the Mindoro Tamaraos will be ending their 6-game losing streak tonight against the Imus Sagimat with 2 minutes and 20 remaining. The lead, though, down to just 14 points here, 80-66. A basket here, though, could maybe assure the Tamaraos of this victory. We now enter the final 2 minutes, brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. No basket there para sa Mindoro, but they certainly did have one positive coming from that. Naubos sila yung shot clock nila.
Yes.
Thereby putting out more time from the chances of the Imus Sagimat in this game. Gimpayan, though, still hoping, unfortunately, that 3-point shot will not drop. Ariar losing it. Oh, the turnover is piling up here at the tail end of the fourth quarter for the Mindoro Tamaraos. This is really not the way you want to finish a well-played game for yourselves.
You know, moving forward, this is going to be very important. That's why you still have to play the right way here.
Basketball is all about habit forming, and you want as much as possible to be able to play the right way every time down the floor on both sides, offense and defense. Gaspe to beat the shot clock. That's off the mark. And in less than a minute, we will be witnessing the end of our Mindoro invasion for this Saturday's set of games. Our first game, the Batangas City Tanduay Rum Masters were able to blow out the Bicolandia Oragons. After that, the Abra Weavers steamrolled the Bulacan Cuyas in our second match. And now the Mindoro Tamaraos looking good here against the Imus Sagimat, and will now snap their 6-game losing skid. JJ Caspe, the hometown hero, one of the big reasons why they were able to turn things around in the second quarter. They haven't looked back since.
Almost a double-double game para dito kay JJ Caspe. 12 points and 9 assists. Let's go back to the story that last year he was one of the people in the crowd. Now he's playing right in front of his home crowd.
23 seconds remaining in this game. Tumaim out pa dito si Coach Eric C. Will be taking a short break. JJ Caspe at the free throw line, taking 2 shots here. The outcome has already been determined here for the Mindoro Tamaraws against the Imus Agimat. Caspe adding to his total. 81-68. 13 puntos na sa laro para kay JJ Caspe, make that 14. He certainly has to improve his free throw shooting from 70%.
Especially someone who is getting fouled a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Impine at the corner, blocked there by Rodel Vaigan at hawakan na lang dito ng Mindoro Tamaraw sa bola. Caspe puts the ball on the floor to signal the end of this game. That is going to be it. The Mindoro Tamaraws ending their 6-game losing skid against the still winless Imus Agimat.
And what a way for them to be able to end it here in their home court in Pola Oriental, Mindoro. A very good showing para dito sa Mindoro. This is a game where they really prepared. They were able to rest well. They were able to really scout the opponent. And they were very excited to prove to their home crowd that they are out here to battle. And very well deserving of our player of the game honors is John JJ Caspe. 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists. 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. We have to highlight that second quarter as well. Galing dito kay Caspe, where they really were able to chip away and get a big lead. Also props to Jetro Sombero, Kit Ariar, and all the other guys who chipped in for this victory. Well deserving of our player of the game is Caspe.
Our best player of the game is brought to you by Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. Once again, our final score 82-68. Brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball ending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Our best player of the game is at courtside with Miss Gianna Lianes.
Yes, our Manny Pacquiao's MPBL best player of the game is JJ Caspe, one of the homegrown players of the Mindoro Tamaraws. He had 14 points. JJ, kunento mo sa akin dati kung gaano kahalaga sa'yo itong probinsya mo of Oriental Mindoro. Ano yung nasa isip mo habang naglalaro ka dito ngayon sa harap ng iyong home crowd?
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako kay Mayor Reyna sa binigay niyang chance sa akin. And yung unang ano ko talaga is manalo kasi nasa hometown kami. Siyempre, hindi kami papatalo. Mahirap matalo dito. Baka hindi namin makukuha yung fans namin sa susunod na game.
And JJ, actually last year nung nagka-game ang Mindoro sa Calapan, ikaw ay isang manonood lamang. Tapos this year, hindi lang ikaw player ng Mindoro Tamaraws, pero ikaw rin ang best player of the game. Gaano ka kasaya sa tagumpay mong ito?
Sobrang saya kasi yun nga, nasa front kami ng mga fans na taga Mindoro. Sobrang blessed namin kasi ano kami, 6 straight losses kami. Kaya kailangan talaga bumawi dito.
At ngayon, ikaw ay nagsisilbing isang inspirasyon sa mga Mindoreño na nanonood ngayon. Pasalamatan mo naman lahat ng sumusuporta sa'yo.
Yun nga, nagpapasalamat ako kay Mayor Ina, sa mga coaches na binibigay sa aking tiwala. And sa mga fans ng Mindoro, sana huwag kayong magsawang suportahan kami. Yan. Tapos binabati ko yung misis ko nandyan. Happy anniversary, ma. And yung tatay ko, yung mga kapatid ko. Tsaka yung mga taga-Sabang. Yan. Team Barek. Yun lang.
Thank you very much and congratulations. I will let you celebrate now with your team, JJ Caspe, Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Best Player of the Game of the Mindoro Tamaraws. Back to you, Javier Juanito.
Thank you so much, G. Congratulations to JJ Caspe. I'm sure he's extra emotional right now by being the best player of this game. Dahil nga last year, as Gianna mentioned, and as we mentioned throughout the entire coverage, he was just a spectator last year in Calapan. Our games on Monday happening at the Olivares College Gym in Parañaque City at 4 o'clock p.m. The Valenzuela Classic will be going up against the Sarangani Marlins at 6 o'clock p.m. Rizal versus Negros. And in our main game, the Parañaque Patriots will be defending their home floor against a Southern Division rival in the Davao Occidental Tigers. Maraming salamat sa lahat po ng nanood sa amin ngayon. For my partner, Coach Juanito Gregorio, for our courtside reporter, Ms. Gianna Lianes, and for all the hardworking men and women of our production crew. This has been Javi Palanya saying good night from Pola, Oriental, Mindoro. Ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.